Mr. Jamie Scattergood, Acting British High Commissioner to Mauritius, Dr. Sky Zheng, Vice President for Development, FutureLean, Mr. Danjay Jari, Managing Director, Uniciti International Education Hub, members of the Management Committee of Medine, distinguished guests, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed, good afternoon and welcome to this exciting event as we gather here today for the launching of FutureLean in Mauritius. I am Sanjana Ganesi, Project and Operations Manager at Uniciti International Education Hub, and I'm pleased to be your MC for this event. Before we proceed with the program, I would like to seize this opportunity to thank our partners, colleagues, and individuals who made today possible. Now, without further ado, let's dive into our program for this day. We kick off this event with a warm welcome from Mr. Danjay Jari, the Managing Director of Uniciti International Education Hub. Mr. Danjay Jari, please.
Mr. Jamie Scattergood, Acting British High Commissioner to Mauritius. Should also welcome Mr. Duran Punsami, our CEO, who's just left because he's got a board meeting. Dr. Sky Zheng, Vice President for Development, FutureLean. Members of the Management Committee of Medine, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and also my dear colleagues who are sitting somewhere here. Very good afternoon to you all, and welcome to this exciting event as we're here to launch our partnership with FutureLean. This is an extremely important event for us. Why? Because FutureLean is a global leading online provider of no less than 1,800 courses from British universities. We shall be the exclusive representative of FutureLean in Mauritius and the surrounding Indian Ocean islands. When we look at the evolution of tertiary education, we find that it's no more only knowledge-based, but increasingly skills-based to meet industry's needs and more generally the world of work. This requires students to develop a broader range of domain expertise to remain competitive, and higher education must adapt to these changes if it is to stay relevant. FutureLean courses complement university courses by focusing on skills in a broad range of fields. The courses are so designed that they can support reskilling and upskilling of workers from all sectors of our economy, including banking and finance, construction, innovation and emerging technologies. Industry and the public sector have to keep abreast of new developments, and the continuous training of staff is no longer a choice, but a necessity. FutureLean offers access to its courses through its online platform. Online education is no longer a trend, but is mainstream. People often think that this is a new mode of delivery. It is the new version of distance education, which is defined as a method of teaching where the student and the teacher are physically separated. Online education uses computers and the internet as the delivery mechanism. I just reflected on what was happening in Mauritius in the 1950s. And many of you were not born in the 1950s, neither was I. But I still recall that many of our parents were purchasing Wolsey Hall courses from Oxford. I don't know if you can recall that. And still remember my father was was using those courses with, not A4 papers, but I don't know, A5 or some bizarre format of papers that they were using, to enhance their learning. And at that time, they probably didn't even know that was distance education, but it was. And it was online education. That was in the 1950s. And so I took some time and say, well, does Wolsey Hall still exist? I don't want to do any competition with FutureLean, you can rest assured, Sky. But I saw that Wolsey Hall says that Nelson Mandela, who studied for his London University law degree whilst in Robben Island jail, is one of their illustrious alumni. So there is no sort of correlation between what you have to do in Mauritius and what Nelson Mandela did, but I think this inspires us. A big majority of FutureLearn's courses have been designed and mounted by British universities with all the experience in transnational education. In December last, FutureLearn signed a strategic partnership with Global University Systems, a leading global higher education platform with institutions in the UK, Netherlands, Ireland, Germany, Canada, India, and Singapore. We have no doubt FutureLearn's courses will not only help enhance the quality of tertiary education in Mauritius and the surrounding islands, but also help in the skilling of our workforce. This is very much in line with our thrust at Uniciti International Education Hub of enhancing the academic offer and promoting executive training and skills development. Courses such as digital skills, or even using AI to gain a competitive advantage for your customer experience, financial management in construction, environmental entrepreneur, and many others will, I'm sure, interest the broad public. To encourage the largest number of people, students and industry to subscribe to FutureLearn, we shall offer promotional rates for licenses and hope people can take advantage of those offers in the days and months to come. And when I say people, I mean to say individuals and corporates. Well, people often think that it's only for the corporates and not for the individuals, but we have a lot of people in our country who've never been to the university and who still have a thirst of knowledge and would like to learn more. So it's the time to do it. We also look forward to promoting FutureLearn in our neighboring Indian Ocean islands. And as you can see, previously, we will also represent FutureLearn in Réunion Island, in Madagascar, in the Seychelles, and in the Comoros Islands. This partnership was triggered during a conversation in February last with Lord Joe Johnson, the chairman of FutureLearn, and Minister of State for Universities, Science, Research and Innovation from 2015 to 2019. On behalf of Uniciti International Education Hub and Medin, I wish to express our gratitude for his trust in bringing FutureLearn to Mauritius. Dr. Sky Zheng has been instrumental in making this partnership a reality. Thank you for all the advice and your unflinching support. I also wish to thank the Acting British High Commissioner, Mr. Jamie Scattergood, and also the Department of Trade and Investments of the UK for supporting Uniciti International Education Hub in its endeavour to establish partnerships with the UK. Finally, I wish to thank my colleagues at Uniciti International Education Hub and at the Medin Group for their support and making things happen. A special thanks to Claire and her team. You can see Jennifer, Shelby around, for your precious help. That was very, very useful for us. So thank you, and let me pass on now the mic to Dr. Zheng for his speech.
Thank you, Dajon. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished partners, members of the academic community, business leaders, guests and friends. Today marks an incredibly significant day for online education and for the bright future of lifelong learning in Mauritius. It brings me immense pride and excitement to introduce the launch of a FutureLean's representative here at this beautiful Uniciti campus in Mauritius. And I say this not just as a representative of FutureLean, but as an advocate for the transformative power of education and the opportunity it presents. Since its inception in 2012, FutureLean has remained unwavering in its mission to transform access to education, making it more inclusive, accessible, and tailored to the evolving needs of learners around the world. In just over a decade, and what started as a bold vision has grown into a global platform with over 1,800 courses, partnership with over 260 world-leading institutions and organizations, and a thriving community of 80 million learners. But numbers and statistics, as impressive as they may be, only tells a part of the story. The heart of the FutureLean is the learners, their dreams, their aspirations, their insatiable curiosity. In this dynamic digital age, where the boundaries of time and space are constantly redefined, lifelong learning isn't a luxury, but a necessity. Whether one is a young professional seeking to climb their corporate ladder, a seasonal expert aiming to pivot careers, or simply an individual student with thirst for knowledge, continuous lifelong education is the compass that guides us through the labyrinth of the modern world. This is where Mauritius, an island of innovation and ambition, comes into the picture. Mauritius isn't just a hub for tourism, it's a beacon for progress in the Indian Ocean, exemplifying resilience, adaptability, and forward thinking. Uniciti International Education Hub in the Medellin Group shares a common vision with the FutureLean to transform access to education, and your profound reputation and the unique influence and connection in higher and corporate education in Mauritius and the surrounding islands make us a perfect partner. With the launch of our representative here, our mission is multi-dimensional. First, empowering local talent. Through our broad course offerings from world-leading universities and organizations, so we are dedicated to arming the Mauritius workforce student community with the globally relevant and the future-ready skills, preparing them for both local and international challenges. Second, fostering collaboration, and by connecting Mauritius institutions and businesses with our vast network of global partners, we are facilitating a close pollination of ideas, methodologies, and innovations. Last, amplifying the Mauritius voice. We are committed to showcasing the brilliance of Mauritius on a global stage. Every course taken, every certificate earned, every success story shared will echo the potential that this beautiful nation holds. The path to bring the FutureLean to Mauritius wasn't always straightforward. It involved countless hours of research, discussions, negotiations, and preparations with colleagues from Uniciti. So we wouldn't have gotten here without Daejeon and his team's professionalism, commitment, and efficiency in progressing our partnership. The #1 British brand for career-focused online learning is not just their tagline. It is a testament to the trust millions have placed in us. And today, as we expand our footprint in Mauritius, we pledge to uphold this trust, ensuring that every course, every certificate, and every learning journey adds tangible value to our partners and learners. In conclusion, and I would like to extend my gratitude to everyone who has been instrumental in making this day possible. Let's embrace this new chapter with optimism, passion, and a shared commitment to excellence. Together, we will redefine the boundary of online learning and unlock a world of opportunities. And we firmly believe that by bridging the British expertise in online education with the Mauritius spirit of progress, we can create something truly special here. Thank you. Our chairman, Lord Joe Johnson, could not be here with us today, so he has sent a recorded speech to the launch event. So please let's watch the video. Thank you.
I'm Joe Johnson, Chairman of FutureLean and former Education Minister in the UK. I'm delighted to be with you virtually today to celebrate this exciting new partnership. With over 18 million learners to date, FutureLean is one of the world's leading career-focused lifelong learning platforms. We help people accelerate their professional growth through expert-led online courses and degrees from more than 260 global universities, organizations, and industry partners. Our mission is to transform lives through access to quality education, upskilling opportunities, and career development resources for businesses and employees. Our partnership with Uniciti Education Hub, a unique higher education provider with a focus on research and innovation, is a fantastic opportunity to introduce students and professionals in Mauritius and the surrounding Indian Ocean islands to FutureLean's online learning platform. Access to FutureLean's 1,800 courses will help Mauritian students and professionals to upskill in their industries, reskill for new roles, and keep up to date with the latest development in their fields. Our 6 main verticals, including business, healthcare, and tech, closely align with Mauritius's sectors in construction, IT, automobile, banking, insurance, tourism, health, and sustainability, making this partnership even more valuable. FutureLean can also help businesses in Mauritius to create a culture of lifelong learning by offering professional development courses, skills gaps, rewarding employees with course upgrades, and fostering team collaboration. Many congratulations to the teams that have created this partnership. I have no doubt that we will be hearing more about its many successes in widening access to world-class higher education in the years to come. Thank you.
Welcome Mr. Jamie Scattergood, the Acting High Commissioner to Mauritius, for his speech.
Thank you. I must admit it's nice to have a Johnson, a Member of Parliament in Mauritius for the right reasons. Mr. Danjay Jury, Managing Director of Medine Education, Dr. Sky Zheng, Vice President for Development of FutureLean. You can tell I've practiced this a lot. We don't do this in the UK, but I know it's very important here. Dr. Robin Fulchand, Director of the MQA, senior officials from the Higher Education Commission, the Economic Development Board, the Medina Management Team, UIEH partners, staff, members of the press. Have I missed anyone? Okay, good. Thank you for inviting me today to say a few words. So, I'm very happy to learn, I think that FutureLean is actually, the headquarters was based where I live. And I think since I've moved to Mauritius, it's now moved to Bloomsbury, an area of London I really miss as well. But as diplomats, people often ask you sort of what defines the UK? So when you go home, people say, what are the 3 or 4 things people always ask you about the UK? There's 3 things, maybe 4, but can I just ask, can people guess, what is it people ask about the UK, for example, in Mauritius? The Premier League, number 1. Education, number 2. Bravo. Well done. Well done. So, while I'm so sorry not to have brought any Premier League teams with me today, I did try. Some of you might have known a couple of weeks ago we did have the Premier League in Mauritius. I'm very, very happy to be talking about education. So, often as diplomats we're asked to do some quite, I think it's probably fair to say, some fairly unpleasant things with countries, some stuff that's really enjoyable, like the Premier League stuff, sometimes going to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and having a conversation you'd rather not have, or perhaps reading about Mauritius-UK relations over the last 70 years. So my job looks and feels like a great thing to be doing, and it's very exciting, there's a nice car outside and stuff like that, but there's often a range of things that we have to talk about. But for me, education is something that we're massively, massively pro at the High Commission here. It's a win-win for us, it's a win-win for Mauritius, and one thing I really, really enjoyed actually was at the university fair, I think it was in October, education fair, a couple of months back. It was just when I arrived. And I realised that education in Mauritius is actually a decision made by parents, and the children don't have anything to do with it. Am I right? Unfair? Sort of? For those visiting from the UK, I listened to parents talking about their kids' education, and I realised it was also directly correlated with the cost. And one thing I know of the UK we try to work on is often, I know it's slightly separate to the event today, but we want to make our universities as attractive as possible. And I think we have 140,000 British people coming here every year on holiday. I'm not quite sure how many go to the UK. Someone might be able to tell me to study in the UK universities, but our education offer, which I'll come on to shortly, we know is one of the world's best, and this is why we see this as a win-win for us and a win-win for Mauritius. In terms of personal reflections, so I was at Edinburgh University in Scotland, some of you might know it. I loathed the idea of going to university having studied for 5 years, and I know that, particularly when I talk to Mauritian children here, I'll say to them, please, please, please use this opportunity to live and learn when you can. And when I was at Edinburgh University, someone said to me, I asked him why he was working so hard to try and get a first in Edinburgh in chemistry. Why aren't you going out partying? This was my question to him, aged 18 at the time. And he said, this is your one opportunity for people to judge effectively how intelligent you are. The one opportunity you've got. And I probably disagree on that in some respect. I think intelligence comes in different forms, and you have different degrees in different universities, for example at Oxford, which I'm sure are some of the world's best and are rated as some of the world's best. But for me, one of the reasons this is so exciting is qualifications are a good thing. People can relate to them, particularly as we're quite tribal human beings. If I came up and stood in front of you saying I'd never gone to university, for example, you might think, oh goodness, he's going to start talking about the Premier League for 10 minutes, are we sure we've got the right guy stood in front of us? But for me, it is that opportunity for people to look at you and say they have proactively chosen a course on, for example, artificial intelligence, whatever it might be, and naturally people judge that in you and us as human beings. And that's, again, to repeat myself, is why we're so happy to support it. I mentioned promoting UK higher education as a vital part of our ambitions on the African continent. So I think we have approximately 40 missions around in Africa. We have around 270 embassies and high commissions globally. But this is, again, I'm not the only one stood in front of you representing the UK government today. Frankly, there's loads of us over the continent who sees this as a win-win message, be it in Kenya, Ghana, wherever it might be in Africa. It's a really positive thing, and it's increased in recent years, which I'll come on to. And I think, coming back to my previous point, the opportunity for people, particularly young people all over the world, and not least because how sometimes at the moment the world feels quite imperiled as we move on from the Ukraine crisis and the various issues we see even with Mauritius and the economy, it will become even more and more important for people to have the qualifications they need. You're all already aware that the UK universities have a hugely significant role to play in that. Not just because we're one of the global leaders in student recruitment, again, someone might be able to remind me of the facts, but we are globally incredibly competitive. But the appetite for foreign students to live and study in the UK is increasing, and most centrally because of what our universities represent. You think Oxford, you think Edinburgh, you think Cambridge, you think UCL, King's, I can name all of them. People in taxis all over this country, people are constantly asking me about it. And frankly, we have a lot to be proud of in the UK at the moment for some reason, sometimes maybe not, but the education is something we're very, very proud of and is renowned globally. We're super proud of that. And clearly this position on the world stage we don't take for granted. There's benefits to the UK and partners in that. So I think our education-related exports deliver an economic contribution, let's be honest about that. It includes, I'm told, £1.8 billion generated by our transnational education activities. £1.8 billion, and that's an increase of 73% since 2010. Again, it's a win-win. We love it when people want to come. Sky outlined people all over the world wanting to take these courses. It's a net benefit for us, but it's something I think we can be proud of. And for decades now, we've, particularly in Mauritius, you know, some of you will be aware of our Chevening programme. We had a reception about 3 weeks ago where we had, I think it's 6 Chevening scholars going to the UK. We have firmly invested in both Chevening success here and the success of people wanting to study abroad. I loved being stood at that education fair and people saying, I want to come and study to the UK. That's then for us to discuss with the parents and they can ask how much it costs, but that's something we're really, really proud of. And so we will continue to work with our partners here, including FutureLean and the Ministry of Education. Is anyone here from the Ministry today? Okay, I'll thank them anyway. To ensure that these Mauritian change makers continue to benefit from the best education in the world. Briefly on FutureLean, at the High Commission we know and can vet these courses are very high quality, and we hope they appeal to the public I've just mentioned and all over the Indian Ocean region. Again, we're proud of this. We wouldn't put our name to it if we didn't think it's something to be proud of. And one thing on a personal perspective, we believe that education should be accessible to all. So I covered West Africa previously from the UK. It's an area of, I think, 5,000 kilometres wide. And one of the things I found really upsetting and difficult when I visited some areas of West Africa was kids just couldn't get online. And so for us, we love this and we want to support this mission here, is to be able to see people having that accessibility of education. Because a more educated, qualified workforce is in all of our interests. And I've been shocked in Mauritius, the level of education here and how people can, I think, probably correct me and my colleagues about not just British Mauritian history, all aspects of British society. Again, the royal family, the history, all of this stuff, not just the Premier League and who is the most capped. Amazing geography and understanding of the world, and frankly, I think, off the record, I think far more educated than I found a lot of British society, frankly, and the history and the education is something that you guys should be really proud of, and the UK wants to support that. So, I will close with my one message, and I think most people forget what people say in speeches. It's okay, we have a very short attention span, I'm the same. People stop listening after about 2 minutes, I think. You're nodding furiously. If you're talking to people taking these courses or considering taking these courses, please encourage them to do so. And my message to them is be creative and don't let people tell you you can't do something. I remember when I applied to Edinburgh, again, it's internationally quite well recognised, not a brilliant university in the UK, but it's okay. And I constantly worried about what people thought of me and whether I was academic enough. So you guys are the change makers within the system in the country. If people ask you about FutureLean, ask you about these courses, give them the confidence and give them the confidence to go for it. There'll be people lining up to doubt them. And I know, for example, Mauritian families and parents, that it's a lot more pressured, I think, than the family dynamic with getting good grades, right? So if you get 94, it's like, where did the 6% go? I understand that. I know, I've been here only 8 months, but I know that. But give people the confidence to do it, okay? We all doubt ourselves as human beings, but if people choose to do these courses, say to them, you can do it, and you don't let anyone get in the way of you in that process. Thank you for having me, and let's make this a great partnership. Thank you all.
Thank you, Mr. Skadagood. Dr. Zhang will now take us through a live demonstration of FutureLean's platform.
Hello, thank you. Before I give my demo, I want to give you a bit of news. This is just launched last week that FutureLean supported the UNESCO Institute of Lifelong Learning in New York, that we partnered with UNESCO to offer 100,000 of students in UNESCO learning cities to support their sustainable development agenda. So, as what we just discussed, that transforming access to education is FutureLean's key mission, and we do this, as you can see, as a charity to support our partners and learners. So I just want to share that with you. See the screen. Maybe I use this one. So we just heard that in FutureLean, we are a global leading career-focused lifelong learning platform. Currently, we work with over 260 university partners and organizations. They created just over 1,800 courses on our platform. Over the last decade, we have had 18 million learners globally. They're very happy with their study with FutureLean. Every month, there's 3.5 million visitors come to the FutureLean website. We work with some fantastic universities, including 20 out of top 100 universities around the world. As you can recognize some of the brands there, because we are a British platform, so we have over 50 plus British universities. They publish courses on our platform. As you know, that's not always easy to work with top universities, not mentioning you work with so many of them. So, this is to suggest that the FutureLean's quality, our platform, technology, our standard, our services, our professionalism are trusted, endorsed by our partners. Many of them are with FutureLean for more than 10 years. They are funding partner of FutureLean. We have extended our partners to other countries in Australia, in the US, and in Asia countries. We also expanded our partners to organizations. For example, British Council, they publish courses on our platform. NHS, I think the Foreign Office of the British Government also publish courses on FutureLean platform. We also work with international companies. They share their research, their innovation, and with public. On the FutureLean platform, we have 4 types of courses. The first type is what we call short courses. The vast majority of the FutureLean courses are in this category. So they are online, self-paced learning courses, which you can take at any time, and whenever and wherever you want. A typical duration of these courses are between 4 to 24 hours. You can finish within the course between 2 to 6 weeks, depending on your own time. All our courses are structured in bite-sized learning structure, so you don't watch long videos. And then we have, at the end of the course, you will get a certificate of achievement from the FutureLean and also our partner universities. And move on, if you want to learn a particular topic deeply, then you will take a professional qualification course. So these courses are much longer. And move on, we have micro-credentials. So if you want to take a course leading to university credit, for example, we work with University of Glasgow, and they produce a course, change management. It's a 10-week course. At the end of the course, the student will be able to receive a 10 postgraduate credit from the University of Glasgow, which it can transfer that credit to the university degree if they wish to continue to study that degree with the university. Last is our degree courses, and recently that we have seen Australian universities, British universities offer 100% online degrees. Many of them are master's degrees, so learners can finish between 1 to 3 years to get a master's degree on our platform. We mentioned that we've got 18 million learners around the world, and UK by far is our largest learner space, so we've got 26% of our learners come from the UK. Asia, we've got 29%, that covers a lot of countries, India, Middle East. They're also very, a large learner base for FutureLean. As you can see, in Africa, it's also very big for us. We've got 40% learners coming from an African continent. Over 50% of our learners are, as you can see, in the age group of 26 to 45. So this is to show that FutureLean is a platform for professionals. So this is the age group where you are either professionally employed, self-employed, or even unemployed, and that you are learning. We position ourselves as lifelong learning, no matter whether you are 18 or 80. You constantly learn, no matter what background, your gender, your nationality, your social background. You always find courses, even free courses on FutureLean platform to meet your learning objectives. We have seen increasingly a number of university and college students under 16 taking FutureLean courses. Interestingly, we've got 60% of our learners are female. We reckon partly because of our corporate color is pink. We have a wide range of courses. I have listed them into 3 major categories. So on the left side is about business, management, social science, education, creative arts, media, foreign languages, academic skills, learning skills, soft skills. A lot of our businesses, they take those courses for their employees. On the middle one is what we call about human and nature. So anything about health, mental health, psychology, pharmacy, medicine. During COVID, those courses are hugely popular. Nature and environment, climate change, sustainability, agriculture, ecology, food science, it's a lot of areas. On the right side is about digital skills, and we increasingly seeing a lot of our learners the introductory digital skills courses on FutureLean platform, AI, data, mathematics. And also it's very interesting, our universities not just create courses for AI, but AI for specific industry, for specific type of companies. And each subject in the FutureLean, we have topics. For example, under computing science, we have AI, robotics, cloud computing, coding, programming, etc. These are the key words that you could use, or topics. You could search those words, all the courses will come out. Then our university partners, and they produce those courses around those topics. We constantly inform our universities what is the demand. There's a 2-way. One way is from the market. We tell them that, in this country, in this part of the world, what is the most, in skills in demand. That also we come from the university side. They publish their academic excellence, their research. They're driven by an academic. So we are a platform to connect our learners and our content courses partners. So all our courses is like this. This is very important. We understand that soft skills are getting very popular in in workforce and businesses, and also in the university students. So we have pre-bundled those soft skills courses. For example, develop your communication skills. We've got 6 courses. Ace the interview skills. We've got 34 courses. Creativity skills, 16 courses. Digital skills, 31 courses. So it's very easy for employer or in the university to pick those courses for their students. And these courses are all offered by top universities. You want to know University of Sheffield organize interview skills for their own students. You can easily take that course for your students. So this is the beauty of the future and online courses. We can easily transform that access to high quality education and also at a very affordable cost. This is just some examples of those courses, our popular courses selected by our learners. So Introduction to Cybersecurity. You probably don't believe we have 340,000 learners study this course globally. So that's the trend. So we are able to tell you that what is the hot topic courses available around the world with very high rating, as you can see. This is live rating. And we've got agriculture, economics, nature, by University of Western Australia, critical thinking at the university, the introduction course from University of Leeds, introduction to blockchain for business, communication and interpersonal skills at the work, and how to succeed at interviews. You can see all courses are rated very, very high. And these courses are all included in our unlimited learning option. So any student or any employees could take this course. So moving on, introduction to fintech and financial innovation, fundamentals of digital transformation and data analytics, effective communication skills for professionals, crisis leadership, introduction to financial management in construction. So very interesting, financial management in a specific sector or industry, entrepreneurship from business ideas to action at King's College. So all these courses, you can choose. We have created a bespoke B2B learning platform for our learners. So here, you can see you could invite the team, your students, to join your organization FutureLean. You could also be able to see, as you can see, track the learners' progress. What's the percentage of the courses have been completed? What score they have done? Have they actually made any comment to the course to see how they engage with the course? So you monitor their learning progress. On our platform, you could download the report and share insight and support learning. You could even explore the employees' interest for particular subject areas. And this is a certificate. So when the student finish a course, they will receive a certificate like this with the FutureLean brand, and whoever created the courses, a brand will be there as well. This certificate is available in digital format, and you could share that with your LinkedIn profile, your digital CV. We have learners to celebrate their success, to share that in their social media. Sometimes we are asked by universities, what can we do with FutureLean courses? So I have given the 4 scenarios. So for a university, if they have FutureLean courses, they could use FutureLean courses as elective modules. As we know that the universities offer a lot of elective courses. Instead of running those elective courses by the university, they send students to study FutureLean courses. Because we offer a wide range of electives, but also getting them a new skills, new knowledge, and additional certificate. You could use FutureLean courses as a supplementary to your core curriculum as part of a lecture. Like if we're delivering a lecture today, we could use the FutureLean courses as learning material or after class assessments or assignments for them to get additional knowledge and certificate. You could also use FutureLean as a digital resources, like a digital library, because we have so many courses. Particular soft skill courses can be available for anybody. Interview skills, communication skills. Last, you could use FutureLean courses to develop the faculties. Faculty could use our courses to develop new courses, but also for faculty to learn new content. for businesses. So you could use FutureLean courses to create a culture of lifelong learning. So it's very important that we cultivate a new culture of lifelong learning, incorporate environment. You could use FutureLean courses to reskill, to upskill and your workforce, your employee, your managers, different levels, different type of courses, industry durations, transform your education to become a learning-orientated organization. So you could have a large number of employees to learn one particular courses, to also support their professional development, but also a personal development. Last, you could use FutureLean courses to reward your employee. We have organizations to use FutureLean courses as a benefit, access as part of their staff benefit. Right, so that's just an overview. I'm going to show you a demo of a FutureLean platform. So that is our FutureLean main website. So what you will see is that if you click the courses here, then you will see short course. So all the short courses are listed here. As you can see, there's over 2,000 courses in here. And we list courses by the subject. You could easily select business and management courses, creative art courses, and if you click business and management courses, you come with 659 courses, and then you can pick the right skills for you. There's some keyword you could search. I want to show you this. So Introduction to Cybersecurity course, as I just mentioned, that by Open University, that's live data, 344,000 learners study this course. What this course look like? So if I go to this is my learning account. So as you can see, because I'm the FutureLean employee, so my organization selected 2 courses as part of my career. I have to learn these 2 courses because they're recommended by my employer. So GDPR and Information Security Awareness for Education and Training. So I cannot decline these courses. So on the courses below, see, I have not accepted yet. On the courses below is for my personal interest. So we've got professional development and the personal development. For personal development, I can be interested in a lot of things. I'm interested in sustainability, health economics, cybersecurity, English. I'm still learning English, academic English, and artificial intelligence. So I'll learn quite a lot of subject in here. What courses look like in the FutureLean? I'm just using this as an example. This is an introduction to cybersecurity courses on FutureLean platform. As you can see, the way we structure courses is this is 8-week course from week 1 to week 8. So if you click the week 1, and we organize our courses based on learning activities. So this is what you need to finish within a week from 1.1 to 1.18, roughly between 2 to 3 hours for you to finish this. So if you click, this is the 1.1. If I have completed it 1.1, then I will click this as a step completed.
Course, you'll learn the basics of information security and how to take some easy steps to secure your digital life. We'll then begin to look under the hood, exploring some of the technology.
As you can see, this video is quite short. It's probably about just less than 2 minutes long, and we do not put long videos in there. And our courses, as you can see, a mix of videos, articles, exercise, discussions, different type of learning activities, and you can learn at any time. For example, if you are on a train, on a journey, or waiting for something, You just learn 10 minutes at 1.1, finish. And then when you get home, and on Saturday morning, you want to continue learn, and then you can always come back where you stopped. Here, you ask me, do FutureLean courses support other languages? So, as you can see, our subtitles of the videos, they are in English subtitles. You can also print out the transcript of those subtitles. We can translate this just by machine translation. You couldn't translate that, let's say, to French. So you could easily do that, translate to any language, and you can print out if you want to read, not online. So for those learners who have internet connection difficulties, you can print out, and then you can just read. And all the main text messages and courses on here. I also want to show you the assessment here. At the end of this course, we've got a little test, 1.17. So there's 5 questions in here. So what you need to do is choose, let's say, in the context of information security, what does CIA stand for? This is really to check your understanding of the CIA. Then you have 3 attempts to answer this question. So when you finish this, the system will automatically mark your score. In order to earn a certificate of this course, you need to mark at least 90% of the steps as complete and have an overall course score of at least 70%. So there's a little task and target for you to achieve. This is where you can see how many steps you have completed, the week 1 assessment. You need to make sure that this is 90% in order to get a certificate. The last function I want to show you is the FutureLean social learning function. As you can see, we've got a course conversation. There's quite a lot of point and comment made by our learners. So this is where you are learning not just in an isolated manner. You actually communicate with peers, with learners from, even you don't know them, from the rest of the world. Yeah. Okay, so that's me.